So in this video, I am going to be doing some demo of some of the products that Stacy Lash has been so kind to send me. I will be demoing how to use the Stacy Lash Shampoo. So I have my model here, and I'm going to go ahead and what I do is I'll take the cap and I'll go ahead and pump in maybe like half a pump to 1 pump of the foam. You don't need a lot. You guys can see that it comes out really nice out of the dispenser. It's really foamy and bubbly, which I really like because this is going to mean that it's easier for the bubbles to get in between your lash extensions. It does come with a little brush, which is super awesome, and this brush again is really soft and fluffy, which I like because some of the brushes that you'll get online, they can be a little bit harsh, the bristles. So I'll just go ahead and take a swab here, and I'll take a little swab out of here like this, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it right here on my model's eye, just kind of pushing into his eye. It's going to be very light and gentle. We don't want to be super rough with this, and then we're just going to go ahead and do small circles to really get in there and really clean. And if you have eyelash extensions on, you're just going to want to go ahead and just gently go through your eyelash extensions and just kind of rub and brush and clean in between those lash extensions, especially at the inner eyelid area, because that's where the dirt accumulates. So we'll go ahead and wash those up in there. I'll take a clean cotton pad and I'll just kind of wipe off the excess soap that is remaining. So I'll have a clean cotton pad here, and I'll go ahead and put it on the side of my model's face, and I'll pour some water on his face. Now, I'm not in my studio in California, so I don't have a lot of the equipment that I'm used to working with. So I am just using a little glass of water just for demonstration purposes. I'll wipe up the excess and just dab right here to clean the excess water from his eye. At this point, I would take a fan and I would just go ahead and fan the area and make sure that they're nice and clean. But you can see with the Stacy Lash shampoo that it leaves the lashes very clean, a very good base to work off of for your lash extensions, so that they're very clean. You almost don't need a primer with this because the lash shampoo is a good enough shampoo to clean off all of the debris, oils, makeup from your client's eye that you don't need a primer. Now, the next thing I'm going to go ahead and demo for you guys is the Stacy Lash eyelash extension patches. And these come with vitamin C and aloe vera. They're also lint-free, which is really good because if you guys know anything about glue, the main ingredient in the glue can sometimes interact with that do have paper products in them. So you want to make sure that you're using a lint-free eyelash extension patch, or you can use the Next Care sensitive tape. That will be good for you as well. But for the demonstration purposes, we're going to go ahead and use these eyelash patches, which are super nice. And this is going to be really nice for your client too, because as she's laying there on your bed, she can have some sort of treatment for her under eye area. And vitamin C is really good for like kind of lifting those dark circles, and the aloe vera is really good for moisturizing. So as you can see, a regular eyelash pad right here. Currently, you can see that there's a small side and there's a large side. So typically, I believe that the large side is really supposed to go right here under the eye like this, and the small side out. But I typically like to use the smaller side here, and I like to put it on the inside. I just find that that's easier for me to work with. Go ahead and take these off. Nice and easy peel off, which is super nice, and they're really sticky and wet, which is really nice. Sometimes you peel these off and they're dry. And close. What you want to do when you have a client that is kind of working against you and it's becoming a little difficult to get these eyelash pads on, is you just want to have them open their eye, look up, and then just put it on as quickly as you can to the bottom lash line. You're going to have a lot of lashes that are going to get stuck between the top and the bottom, and that's fine. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of roll his eye back, and I'll just kind of pick out the lashes that got stuck between the top and the bottom. And so since we're reviewing, this is a video about reviewing products, I will say that the eyelash pads are really nice for your eyelash extensions because, like I said, they have the vitamin C and the aloe vera in them. And also when you apply them to the skin, you guys can see that they're pretty stuck on there pretty good. They're pretty tough. The other thing I'm going to review is these eyelash extension mapping that Stacy Lash has given us. So what I'll do is I'll just take, for example, a simple mapping that I usually use, which is open eye mapping. And they're little stickers, so you just kind of peel them off the back, and then you'll go ahead and apply them to your lash set. Now, these are a little bit small, but some clients, they have bigger eyes, they have smaller eyes. So this is just a really good idea for your mapping. So as you're going along with your set, if you're a more technical lash artist, you'll just go through here and you'll just kind of pick apart here, and then you can get a better feel for your eyelash mapping. Now, the next part of this video, I am going to be demoing on a mannequin because my model does not want to have any eyelash extensions applied to him today. So when I cut to the next scene, it is going to be back on the mannequin so that I can show you guys the lashes that they have sent to me. Okay, and then now to demo for you guys some of their lash trays and their lash glue, of course, that I love. So I'm going to go ahead and use a piece of tinfoil, which you can use if you don't have any tape or any of your lash glue rings, or you don't have a jade stone or anything like that. Like I said, I am working in Madrid right now, waiting for all my stuff to come in shipment, but I do want to demonstrate some of the stuff that Stacy Lash was so nice enough to send to me. So I will use a piece of tinfoil, and then this is their glue. Again, I use the one with the black label, Stacy Lash Extra Strong, and this one has about a 0.5 to a 1 second dry time, and this is about $20 on Amazon. I really like this glue because it has a really good price point, and I have pretty good results with this glue. So I've been using this glue over the last year or so, just based off of the results that I've been getting. You want to shake your glue. I have like a professional glue shaker at my studio in California, but if you don't, that's fine. You can go ahead and shake your glue by hand. They recommend to shake your glue for about 30 seconds. A little bitty drop of glue, that's really all you need. Just 1 drop, 2 drops, you're fine with it. Okay, so I will show you first. They sent me 2 trays. I will show you let's do the 0.15s first. These are classic lashes. When I'm looking for classic lashes, I typically go for a 0.15. It's difficult to find a brand that has a really true 0.15. Sometimes when you look for 0.15s online or in stores, you can get something that's more like a 0.12 or a 0.18, or even sometimes I've gotten a 0.20. So this is their 0.15. This is in 8 through 14 millimeter mixed tray. We'll go ahead and open it up here. I'm also looking for, in classic lashes, that they have a flat base, because the flat bases are a lot easier to apply than the round bases. So I'll go ahead and pull one of these guys out. These are not my tweezers. I don't usually use these. I just kind of bought a pair of tweezers here in Madrid just to make these videos just for you guys, so you guys can check it out. When I take this out, what I'm looking for is I'm looking at the side of this to see how thick it is from the side. I also want to check out how curly this is, how true to curl this is. This is a D-curl, so it looks pretty true to curl. I'll turn it over on this side, and I'm also checking to see if this is a flat base or a rounded base. And I'll look from this angle too, and it looks to be a flat base to me. So what I'll do is I'm going to use longer extensions so you guys can actually see them on camera. This is a size 14. I'll go ahead and take this in the glue, close-up shot here. And you see how when I dip it in the glue, I'm going to dip this. This has a lot to do with your attention too, guys. When you dip this in the glue, you want to dip it in, not all the way, but just like, I would say maybe like a quarter of the way in. And dip it straight to the center of your glue dot, not on the top. Don't skim the top, don't skim the bottom, don't skim the outside, right in the center, and then also right in the center. Pull it out slowly so you don't create an air bubble, and then go ahead and apply it to your lash. So what I'll do with classic is I'll have a little bit of glue, and I'll just kind of skim it just a little bit there to place it on right there, and then I kind of push like this a little bit, and then sometimes I just kind of rock it back and forth. And then kind of just squeeze a little bit, tap, 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 until I can see that that lash is flush to the side of my client. And if you guys can see on the side right here, that if you look on the side, this base is flush to the lash. There's not any part of that that's sticking up, that when she brushes it, it's gonna pop off. That's pretty much how your placement should look for classic lashes. I will demonstrate to you guys now the volume lashes that I got. These are the D Curl in 0.05. This is 8 through 14 millimeters mix as well. Sorry, it's getting a little dark out here. We got a little bit of overcast here in Madrid today. So what I'll do is I'll demo this with maybe a longer size so you guys can see just for video purposes how they look. What I'm looking for when I'm looking for volume lashes is how easy they are to get off of the sticky base on the backside. So if I take this like this and I pull, and you never want to pull parallel, you just kind of want to pull up at like an angle. You can see how easy those were to pull off the base there. And when I pull them off, they don't go all crazy at the bottom. If they do go all kind of crazy, it could be because of the lashes aren't coming off of your bases. They aren't coming off of the sticky in a good way. Or it could be because you have a pair of tweezers that aren't volume tweezers or good for volume. So what I'll do with this is I'll take the base just like this, and I'll go ahead and pinch it and then release my tweezers ever so slightly so that these will fan out. And as you guys can see, these are fanning pretty nicely out. But you can see how the lashes, the lash products, they kind of fan out on their own, which is kind of nice. It makes a really pretty little fan out here. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that. See, this is the kind of fan that I like to see, where the base is very thin. You can see that there's another rando little hair there. That's fine. I'll just go ahead and apply it, and then I'll just wipe that little random hair off. So now that I've made the fan, I'm just gonna go ahead and dip it in like I did the other side, just a little tiny bit of glue there. I'll go ahead and set this on the practice lash here. What I do is I kind of put it on there and I kind of shake it back and forth in a way. So I kind of shake it back and forth so that it kind of attaches right away. And then I will just go ahead and I'll get this little random guy out of the way here. And then I'll go like this and I'll just tap, tap, tap. And then I'll just kind of shake it around a little bit so that what is happening is I'm wrapping this around the lash here. And you guys can see that the lash came out because the practice lashes I'm using right now are not the best of quality. So typically that's not going to happen to you on a real person. But because the lashes I'm using here are a little bit, you know, practice lashes, that might happen to you. But you guys get the general idea. I'm not going to harp on it and try to do like a full set here on this little strip lash. I'll show you guys from the side. If this was on a client's eye, you guys can see that this is sitting very flush on her lash. Would I like it to be wrapped a little bit more? Probably yes. But because the Mannequin eyelashes are so hard to work on, I'm not going to sit here for hours trying to wrap a lash around this. But yeah, so you guys can see how narrow the base is here. I like that it holds its curl. I like that it fans out pretty well. It feels pretty soft to me. I kind of prefer, in my own experience, I kind of prefer a lash that is almost a little more hard feeling, or like a little bit more plastic feeling, just because I feel like that holds up a little bit better. But I think if I was to use these on a client, it would be great because then I could see how these hold up after 2 or 3 weeks. So that is my demonstration on how to use the products that Stacy Lash was so nice to send me. If you guys have any questions for me, just go ahead and comment down below and I will try to answer your guys' questions.